before a prospective lawyer can be admitted to the bar, they have to answer a question, something along the lines of, do you have any condition or impairment that might affect your ability to practice law? And mental health conditions are specifically included in this question. Is this a problem or a deterrent for people becoming lawyers?
On this is actually an area that I've devoted a lot of advocacy over the last, again, probably 10 years or so. But let me try to nutshell it. Law students, when they graduate, sit for the bar exam, licensing exam. Part of that is a character and fitness component. Applicants need to answer a series of questions. Those questions are derived from each jurisdiction. So every state in the country, DC, American Samoa, can decide what questions they want to ask. Some of them pull from a certain centralized service, so there's the same questions, and any of them can choose to form their own. There are a number of jurisdictions that continue to ask questions around mental health and condition or impairment, the question that you kind of quoted. Do you have any condition or impairment, including but not limited to mental health or substance use, which is sometimes, if left untreated, sometimes not put in there, might affect your ability to practice law in a competent manner? And it's a compound question. It's a difficult question, but it is a question that we know from the results of the surveys that we assess the law students on, that a significant number of law students believe that their mental health, that they have a far better chance of getting admitted to the bar if their mental health and or their substance use issue is hidden. And so as a result of that, oftentimes their notion is, I'm not going to get help while in law school for these issues because I'm going to have to answer this question. And if I answer it in the affirmative, I may get delayed or denied admission to the bar. Now, the bar examiners will say the numbers are infinitesimally small. We're not going to delay or deny. And I'm like, well, okay, then why ask the question? Allow us to double down in law school and say to the students, you should not fear this question. Get help in school. The bar examiners will say, of course, we want the students to get help in school. And I'll say, yeah, but you're asking this question and they don't know what the results of that question are going to be. And so we've gone round and round. To the credit of a number of states and jurisdictions, they have seen this problem. They've seen the results of the survey. They've seen some of the articles that have been written, and many of them have been rolling back these questions. They've either removed the questions altogether, kind of the A state as we call it, or in some cases, and I support this, they focus on conduct and behavior. So have you exhibited any conduct or behavior that might reflect upon your ability to practice law in a competent manner? Now, if you have exhibited some kind of conduct or behavior, and as part of that, it might have been a mental health challenge you were going through or a substance use issue. If you choose to, as kind of mitigation or defense, not only respond because you have to in the affirmative, but kind of say, here's what was going on, I will support that through the bar examiners, that there's maybe further appropriate inquiry in terms of, we want to know a little bit more. Are you presently getting help for it? And if you haven't gotten help for it and it's a first time acknowledgement, there may be space and a need for some either provisional admission, what we call conditional admission, having that individual get some of the further help they need so that they can properly represent the clients in the jurisdiction.
Any precedent of people being denied from the bar for simply admitting they had a substance abuse or mental health?
There have been, so with the jurisdictions, a jurisdiction has two options. Three. They can either up or down, just thumbs up, thumb down if that's two. The other one is that they can have what's called conditional admission, where they can say, on the basis of what you've provided to us, we think you ultimately can be, we think you're competent as a lawyer, but there's some concerns we have. We're going to conditionally admit you into our jurisdiction. The public doesn't know. You don't have an asterisk on it, but you are going to be getting monitoring in the background for a period of time. Could be up to, a year and a half. Some say 5 years. This is something that's actually currently also being debated. But you're going to be going through support and counseling and some monitoring in some cases, at the end of which we hope at the time designated that you're in essence cleared and that conditional admission is lifted and you're fully admitted to the bar at that point in time. But that's a lot of information for a law student to be looking ahead and saying, I don't want to go through all this. And so I'm going to put my head down. I'm not going to get any help for this potentially growing mental health challenge. And I'll just wait until I get to a profession and hope that I can get some help while I'm there. And that's just not the way that this, ought to be operated.